That's the only connection to Flynn. Now, when lawyers talk about jurisdiction, it generally refers to the authority of the court to take action and to render a decision on a case. And generally speaking, there's three types of courts: civil, criminal, and administrative. The biggest difference between all of these has to do with a burden of proof. How much evidence you need to prevail. Okay? At the very top end, you have the criminal system, where it's beyond a reasonable doubt. And if I were to put a number to that, that would be like 85, 90%. In order to convict, the evidence has to raise to that level, 85, 90%. That's a high burden of proof. On the lowest end is the civil. The burden of proof there is a preponderance of the evidence. More likely than not. Anything over 51% is more likely than not. So that is the lowest end. I'm sure you all remember O.J. Simpson. In the O.J. Simpson case, the prosecutor could not convince that jury by the 90% standard that he was not convicted, but the parents of the young man he killed sued him under the same facts, and he was found liable for the murder because that jury only needed 51%. So that brings us to the administrative system. And courts through the years have looked at this. A case is brought against licensed professionals. They decided that the burden of proof does not need to be the criminal burden because the board cannot put you in prison. But the courts also looked at this and said, when the state, with its resources, is coming after you to take away your right to make a living, that is high. That sounds quasi-criminal. So they decided that these were penal proceedings, which is another way of saying quasi-criminal. So you have many of the rights of a criminal defendant, and the burden of proof in an administrative case, clear and convincing evidence, which is about a mid-range, 75% or so. So if the board seeks to discipline you for a crime, you don't have the right to try that case. That case was proven by 90%. Okay, end of the story. On the other hand, if a doctor was found negligent on a civil case, the department's prosecutor cannot just wave that thing